William Black joins us now, Associate Professor of Economics and Law at the University of Missouri, Kansas City, Senior Regulator during the savings and loan scandal, and the author of the book, The Best Way to Rob a Bank is to Own One. Bill, it's great to have you.
Thank you. It's great to be on.
You wrote that letter about this piece of legislation. Why are you so concerned about it?
Well, fundamentally, what this is doing is taking to the world of equities the shadow banking system, what it did in the world of debt. And we've just seen what creating opaqueness does in the world of debt. It produces a global disaster.
Let me just translate that. So what you're saying, let me just translate that. What you're saying is the financial crisis was essentially gestated and grew to full strength in the bond market. It was securities that were bonds based on mortgages. You're saying
and the derivatives market.
And the derivatives market. What you're saying is this is going to move the same sort of things that create crisis into the stock market. When you say equity, just so that people know equities and debt, from the bond market to the stock market. Because when we're talking about small companies raising capital, we're largely talking about them selling stock to raise capital, right? Continue, sorry.
That's correct. And derivatives in this case were debt derivatives. These were based on people's mortgages, which are, of course, a debt instrument. And it's called the shadow financial system because it wasn't regulated. And we've just seen that that produces the most criminogenic environment you can imagine. That just means an environment that produces really widespread fraud. Now, take that to equities or stock issuance. This is the dream bill for every pump and dump scam in issuing stock that you've ever heard of. And we already had endemic problems way beyond the SEC's capacity to deal with those kind of frauds, and now we've made it open season for these frauds. It is truly an atrocity. We have truly learned nothing from our crises.
Will you explain what a pump and dump scam is and why it would be easier, to your mind, to do that under this new legislation?
Sure, and one of the things is this cloud financing stuff. So pump and dump is I tout the stock. You know, I send out all kinds of emails saying it's going to be the greatest thing, that prices are going to triple, and I buy some shares to start the movement in the price. And then a whole bunch of unsophisticated investors come in, that raises the price of the stock, and then I dump my stock knowing that it's going to be a disaster while I can still profit, and everybody else is left with the tremendous losses. That is a daily occurrence in terms of small stocks and micro caps and things like that. And this is going to expand that world. As your guest said, this is not tiny companies. This is allowing this for really major enterprises that can cause devastating losses.
I want to get reaction from Alexis and the Congresswoman right after we take a quick break.